At Betway SA20, it's incredible to think that we, approaching season 3. If I think back to pre-season 1, we set some enormous goals right away. To be the biggest league outside India, which was a huge ask with the growth of franchise cricket, and then the #1 sport and entertainment brand in South Africa. And I think we set ourselves those big goals, and we've really been pushing hard to achieve them. I think after 2 seasons now, we're established. We're a strong franchise league in the system, and we're starting to see the opportunities of real growth.
Got in, thank you!
It's been a very exciting time in the life of Betway SA20. It's always an exciting time of year when, as a league, you put together all the player regulations and the framework which allows these teams to do their magic and do what they do best, and that is to build world-class squads.
Oh, it's absolutely sensational!
We want to see South African cricket strong. I mean, that's ultimately the role that we want to play. We want to see players go from strength to strength. I think last year we saw the South African player group really improve, which was a huge thing for us. It's something we focused on, and producing quality players that can play on the national stage for the Proteas is important, and developing a depth of talent that can push and fight for selections at that top level is what we want to do.
As a league, it's really important that we create a platform where teams are balanced, where each game has context. Each game is, as a viewer, you don't know whether you're going to win or going to lose.
What a way to finish that game!
So that makes it really exciting, and as a league, we're just really proud of the list of players that have come in. Ultimately, it's for the teams to decide, and they've gone out to the world and out to the market and got some of the best talent available.
Being able to attract global superstars is a huge thing, and 2 seasons in now, what we had hoped is that people would talk about us with credibility as being the strongest league. Summer in South Africa is amazing, crowds are good, and we're starting to see players at the top of their game choosing to be a part of Betway SA20. To become the league of choice in the January-February window is hugely important to us. Cricket is the core of our product, and then couple that with fan experiences, it's developing into a very exciting season 3.
Yeah, 1st of October, auction for season 3, and I think everyone's very excited. Obviously the preliminary squads are in, and we now know what slots are available. There'll be 13 slots available at the auction in terms of the main player slot squads, some needing more than others, some needing up to 3 players, some just needing the 1. And then added to that, there'll be the rookie draft, where there'll be 6 rookies drafted, 1 per team. Joburg Super Kings last year made it through to the playoffs. Didn't quite make it as far as the final, and this year they've bolstered their squad. Obviously they've got some amazing South African talent in Faf du Plessis, Gerald Coetzee as their young and upcoming player, and then supplemented, retaining Moeen Ali from last year. They've got Jonny Bairstow, what a fantastic addition there to the squad, and then obviously the latest addition of Devon Conway, which is a real story for SA20. Yeah, Durban Super Giants made it through to the final last year. 1 step away from clinching the title, played some really good cricket, and they've pulled out all the stops this year. They've obviously got all their main headline stars from last year, Maharaj, Klaasen, etc. But they've added to it this year. They've really brought in some fantastic talent. They've got Noor Ahmed again, they've got Kane Williamson, an absolute superstar, and Chris Wokes, as well as Marcus Stoinis coming in as a wildcard player. Yeah, Pretoria Capitals obviously not as good a season last year as they would have liked, and certainly been very active in the market in the off season. Retained their captain Wayne Parnell, as well as keeping Will Jacks, who's obviously really explosive and has come on over the last period of time. They've also signed Gurbaz, the Afghanistan opening batter, who had a wonderful World Cup, and I'm sure the people in Pretoria will be very excited to see him play. Retained Jimmy Neesham, and on top of that, the South African talent Riley Rousseau and Anrich Nakia, who was missing from their lineup last year due to injury. Hopefully we see him bowling some thunderbolts there at Centurion. Yeah, Paarl Royals, obviously a unique place to play down in Paarl, and they've selected a squad or preliminary squad that really complements the style of play that they want to play. David Miller, obviously as their captain, he's integral. They've got Bjorn Fortuin, who's really important, obviously went to the World Cup. And now they've added to it Joe Root and Dinesh Karthik, which is a huge signing. Obviously as a wicket keeper and a finisher there, I think he'll play a crucial role in their squad. And Lungi Ngidi, never take anything away from him, really effective with his slower balls and with a new ball up front. Yeah, MI Cape Town, big names, and they'll be looking for a better performance this year from their team. Obviously got Kagiso Rabada and Deval Brevis, who headline their South African players. Ryan Rickleton, Rassie van der Dussen, another 2 South Africans that had an amazing season last year. They've retained them. And then they've added to it with their international pre-signings. They've got Rashid Khan, Ben Stokes, and Trent Boult. Certainly are 3 formidable names there in the overseas pre-signed category. Yeah, Sunrisers, Eastern Cape, back-to-back champions. Put together a really successful unit there. Adi Burrell's been a really successful coach for them. Obviously, the South African talent has shone through very strongly there. They've had Aiden Markram, Tristan Stubbs, Othniel Bartman, just to name a few, and those players have been retained in their squad. And then they've added to it this year. They've brought in David Bedingham as a wild card and added to that Zak Crawley from England and Craig Overton to bolster their attack with the ball.
I think for us, 370,000 fans through our gates in season 2. We want to just keep making sure that those people that choose to be a part of our event, that come to our stadiums, really leave having had a great time. Yes, the cricket will always speak for itself, and those heroes will go from strength to strength, and the competitive nature hopefully will go from strength to strength. But the experiences that people do choose to spend their money with you, that's important to us, and we value that, and we want to make sure that experience keeps getting better and better.